What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show y'all how to change your friction plates on your slip clutch on your rotary tiller, your bush hogs. Same scenario. We're out here in lovely South Alabama. It's raining today, so while it's raining, we ain't cutting, we doing maintenance. So we have here a Land Pride RCR1872, and we had an incident the other day where it got dropped too far down. It was eating mud. Dad said he smelled metal burning, so I was like, well, just hang it up and we'll check it out, man. He thinks that the friction plates are burnt up. I don't think they are. I think he's just freaking out for no reason. Regardless, we're going to change them today because I don't think they've been changed since we had the bush hog, so we're going to tear into it. So the first thing I do is I'll take the drive shaft off the PTO, hang that on the hook, and I'll take the other end and I'll put a bungee cord to support this side. So what you want to do before you do anything is you want to measure how far these nuts are. I've already got everything started, that's why it looks like this, but you want to measure from here to here or here to here, doesn't matter, but that'll tell you the factory spec torque, I guess, of what they need to be. I measure mine, and mine are 2 1/4, so we got to make sure when we put everything back we get 2 1/4 from the front of that nut to the back of this plate right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to loosen all these. I believe it's a 17 millimeter. I use a ratchet wrench, and you're gonna have to hold the back side with like a crescent wrench or something, because they'll spin freely on you. You take that off. You're gonna take all your springs off. I believe there's 8. You should have 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, yeah. So you have 8. What you'll do once you get all the nuts and the springs off is you'll pull this out towards the tractor, towards the front of the implement, like so. Let that dangle there. Your first friction plate is going to be right here in the front. If you look, this thing's really not that bad. It's eating up a little bit on the edge right here, but it's really not that bad. But like I said, while we got it apart, we're going to change it out. To get the back one off, you're going to need to take the shear pin out. So you come back here in the back. This is a 3/4 inch socket I use. You'll take the nut off. You take the lock washer off. Take your bolt out. Like so. Whoop, quit spinning on me. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it a little bit. You're free to go. And depending on when's the last time you've done something like this, it could be a little seized up. I put a little PB blaster on there just to get it loose, but there's no pin or lock ring in here to hold it back. It'll slide right out. Just give it a couple little twists and wiggles, and it'll come right out like that. You don't want your bolts to fall out, so you lay it flat like this. They'll want to come out on you. So you pull this up. You set that back on here if you like. The other plate's going to be on the back side right here. And again, it's not bad at all. A little discolored from heat, but other than that, it's not really worn out. So our new plates, I got them at my local Kubota tractor place where I bought the tractor and bought the implement. There was actually 2 different sizes. One was a little smaller, and we have this one. This is the size we need. This is 5.5 inches on the outsides, and this fits perfect. And so the other one, like I said, was a little bit smaller, ID and OD. You just gotta check with your local people. Maybe they'll be able to pull your serial number up and tell you exactly which one you need. The guy didn't know, so I grabbed both of them. But this is the one I need. This is part number 800150019. That's what we're going to be using today. So to put everything back is pretty much the same way you took everything apart. You slap your new plate on right here, like so. You put this back on here like this. And you slide this back on. Line your hole up for your shear pin. Shear pin in. Make sure you put that lock washer back on. Rule of thumb too, which I should have got, while you're changing this thing, you should just go ahead and get a new shear pin. I didn't. Hopefully it doesn't break the second I start using this thing, but so you put the lock washer on and nut. Then you put your second plate on here, like so. You put this back on like this. Might not be able to do that with one hand. Let me put y'all down for a minute. Take a little bit of work, but you gotta line all these holes back up almost at the same time to get this to work for you. But you can get it done with a little patience. Mom always said a little patience goes a long way. I'm a firm believer in that, especially now that I have children. They will test your patience just like this stuff. So you put all your springs back on, like so. And like I said, there's not a specific torque, but take that measurement you had, and when you tighten these back up, make sure, like on mine, it was 2 1/4 from the front of this nut to the back of this plate right here. So just make sure every one of them is back to that, and you'll be good to go. Also, I don't know the torque spec for the shear pin, but I would just give it a couple good turns where it's snug, and you should be good to go. If this fails, that's your next fail safe, so you don't mess up your gearbox or worse. So that's about it, guys. That's how you change your friction plates. There's your old ones. Here's your new ones. Now to check to make sure you didn't tighten it too much, what you do is you take a paint marker and you draw a line across each plate right here, connecting. You turn your PTO on, let it run for about 5 minutes or so. You come back and check it. If those lines are still together, then you know you're too tight right here. It's not slipping. If it moved a little bit, then you know it's got enough tension on it to where it's staying, but enough to where it'll be able to move. So if you hit a stump, you hit a pile of grass or whatever, it's gonna activate that slip clutch and not tear up your gearbox or worse. So I hope this video helped, guys. Y'all have a good day. Until next time, see you later.